Welcome back. So this is game one of the semifinals between Saved by Him and Mole. And you might be saying, Bob, didn't you already do game one of the semifinals between Saved by Him and Mole? You're right, I did. This is game one again. So they looked through it. I haven't actually looked at it myself, but they say there was a pretty significant error of the Fellowship being revealed, but their movement not getting reset. So they actually made it to Mordor a whole turn earlier than they would have, which, like, with the game being as close as it was probably game deciding. So they decided to just go ahead and play the whole game over again. So here we are starting with game one again. So Mole is Free Peoples again, and Saved by Him is playing Shadow again, and we're at 0-0. So they're starting cards: Half Orc, Slur, Swords and Eriador, and there and back again. I can tell you that is a crappy hand to start with as the Free Peoples. I would not enjoy picking that up. So anyway, here we go. Okay, so 0 lives from Saved by Him, but he rolls 3 and only rolls 1 muster against 4 movements. So that is a fantastic start. Notably, he could crown Aragorn here. That would be kind of fun. But he's not. He's mustering the elves down instead. I'm very surprised by that. Why would you do that? Anyway, okay, Sauron to war. Free Peoples move, and they're safe. Armies move towards the Dew Line. Free Peoples move again. It's hit, but it's a non-revealing 1, so they take it as corruption. I think that makes a lot of sense. That way you can move again and probably kill Gandalf to something that does more damage. Moving into Old Forest Road, and then moving again, and it's hit, and it's a 0 reveal. So off into Moria, I think that makes sense too. And it's another 0 reveal. So, okay. So they did successfully not manage to kill Gandalf. But I guess that's not that bad, though, because there's no Saruman out in play here either. Lure of the Ring happens, though. That's actually... no, I guess that doesn't really help. Okay, so it gets Pippin. So interestingly, when the Fellowship changes like that, it gives the Free People player the chance to change the guide. But because it's the last action of the turn anyway, they get to change the guide of the Fellowship phase. Anyway. Right, so Pippin does get to move 1 region away. Since he's starting in the Shadow Stronghold, it does not stop him. So he's probably off to Lorien. Wow! Turn 2 picks up Cruel Weather and Corsairs. Wow! That is highly, highly wow. And they pick up Thranduil. That's like, if they'd gotten to pick their own cards out of the deck, I think that's 3 out of 4. They probably wouldn't have picked Gwai here. They probably would have picked, I don't know, Mirror of Galadriel maybe. But anyway. Okay, so switching to Strider for hiding's sake. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, 1 eye in, 2 more rolled. Only 1 muster, so that's a bit of a bummer, but they could get the elves to war and get in the Witch King if they wanted to. Okay, so Fellowship hides. Nazgul move. Fellowship moves. It is a hit. Oh, yeah, and it's the Nazgul, the third reroll that he adds there. That's not often that you get to see all 3 rerolls rolled. He's got Army Unit, Nazgul, and Shadow Stronghold there. And it's a 3. He takes a random, and he draws Gandalf. That's amazing. Wow, that feels good. And now he curses the Nazgul that he put there. That's funny. Okay, so Woodland Realm is besieged. And now he plays Thranduil. That's nice. Yep, that's huge. Attacking Woodland Realm again, naturally gets the elves to war. And so you can get the Witch King. No card, no card. Gets 1 hit. Yeah, maybe you could have played Half Orcs here. Yeah, it's probably better saved for something else, though. So, yeah. Okay, 1 hit for him. 1 hit for the Free Peoples. That's about fair. Then he played Swords and Eriador, I guess, just for the cycling. I would have been tempted to play Power Too Great just to get it down and out. But at the same time, saving it to surprise and annoy the Shadow player at the right time is also very handy. And out comes the Witch King, of course. Okay, so Worm of Sorrow and Toil and Swarm of Bats. That's nice. Daylight and Sudden Strike. Pretty meh. Okay, only 1 muster. So we're on turn 3, and we're still not seeing Saruman this turn unless the Free Peoples gives him a ring. Okay, Fellowship moves, and they're safe. And then we Cruel Weather them back into Moria. That's reasonable, because, that way if they do move again, you're getting these re-rolls, and then they might get revealed. And also sometimes, it's best to hold it right before before Mordor, because you might delay them by a whole turn, right? But at the same time, if it's going to stick in your hand for a long time, that could be very inconvenient. Sometimes sometimes they get revealed and you don't get to use it at all. So this way you are still getting good value out of it, and it's not clogging up your hand. yeah, so there's arguments anyway. Okay. Isengard to war. Another pass. Draws a character card. Another pass. And we play half orcs and goblin men. I'm a little surprised that he didn't play Warned with Sorrow and Toil here. I guess he's worried that maybe if he plays Warned with Sorrow and Toil here, then the Free People's player will move again and declare in Lorien if they don't get revealed. Which it's, yeah, 2 dice hitting at 5s. It's slightly more likely that they'd get hit anyway. But, okay. Interesting. Okay. So Gwai here puts Legolas into the Woodland Realm. Wild. Okay. So we attack Woodland Realm again here. Now that Lidless Eye and Brave Stand are both they're both useful. Okay, so 2 hits from the Shadow player and 1 hit back from the Free People's player. They press. 2 hits for just 1. Okay, so that was not the most glorious stand ever made by Legolas, but okay, that's how it do. Okay, there's Riders of Theoden out to help defend Rohan. There's Orc Patrol. Wow, and he draws a 1R. That's really lucky because both the 0 reveals were already out. So there's only 5 tiles you could draw that could reveal with Orc Patrol, and 2 of them were already gone. So there's 1, 2, 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 out of 13. So less than 1 in 4, anyway. Okay, so 1 corruption, then of course they're revealed forward and draw another one, and it's a 3. That hurts a lot. Okay, so out comes Gimli. And the Fellowship hides, and they move out some more rerolls onto them. It's interesting how the cards keep matching each other. They just picked up Morgul Wound and Athelas to pretty much cancel each other too. Wild. Day Without Dawn, that's nice. Obviously, it's not playable yet because the Southrons aren't at war. Imagine Free Peoples is very much like a Will of the West. Nope, no Will of the West here. They move, and they get hit, and it's a 2. So, yeah, they decided to just eat the corruption. I think there's a very good chance they would just declare in Lorien here just because they're in such bad shape anyway. I would have been tempted, actually, as the Free People's player. Like, the Elves are at war, and you have an army attack here. Like, you could attack Demril Dale here just to get the rerolls off the Fellowship before you move. But at the same time, like, it's still 5 dice. You're still probably going to get hit anyway. So there's the Southrons. Move armies along. Mustering up some more Nazgul. Mustering the Dwarves down. Okay, I think Saved by Him is kind of... is almost teeing up the likelihood of declaring into Lorien. He's kind of saying, like, if you move forward, then I'll have more rerolls on you. So kind of, it's an interesting choice because you're slowing yourself down, but you're healing. So as a Shadow player, you're kind of glad to see it and kind of sad to see it at the same time, you know? Anyway, Gondor closer to war. Wizard Staff. How lovely. So useful. Okay, so yeah, they declare in Lorien. They get the heal 1. So now it makes a lot of sense that he didn't play Warren of Sword and Toil yet. Wow, okay. Yeah, that is a lovely turn for the Shadow. Like, at the same time, you know, if you're going to wait in Lorien and heal up some more, then rolling stuff to defend yourself with is great. But at the same time, against 1 eye, it would have been a great turn to, you know, move. So, yeah, anyway. Okay, so Shadow armies are moving towards Gondor. Corsairs to war. Interesting. Okay, the whole army of Gondor comes out to Osgiliath. Out comes Saruman. Oh, right, Saruman's a thing. Oh, right, yeah, he could have brought Saruman out last turn. I forgot that Saruman wasn't. Yeah, and he says he should have done that last turn, but was distracted. Yep, mistakes happen. Doors closer to war. Axe Osgiliath, no card. Quarter, so 3 hits back. Press and stay, wild. Okay. I guess he's thinking... Right, he's thinking that he has Círdan's ships to defend Dol Amroth, so he's not that scared of Corsairs. And this army can take a couple hits and then retreat to Minas Tirith and muster up once anyway before they're besieged, is the thought process here. Okay, 4 hits from the Shadow, though. So that's why sticking around is not so great. Because, yeah, now that army is pretty weakened. Okay, so he musters up in Minas Tirith, then, of course, Minas Tirith is besieged, and then musters up once in Dol Amroth, and then Corsairs is played. Makes sense. Okay, so we're on to the next turn. Missed what card Mole threw out. Ornosaur and Toil Ghost. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, okay, because there's also only 2 more companions to kill anyway. So, yeah, okay. Another healing. Allocates an eye. Doesn't allocate an eye. Yeah, I think that's the right call. 0 eyes against 2 movement. Yeah, because like you've got a good military start here. Like after you've got these strongholds and probably Pelargir, then you're up to 7 points, and the Fellowship is still in Lorien, right? So I would just throw everything into speed at this point. Okay, so I move some Nazgul leadership around to finish both MT and Dol Amroth. Out comes Círdan's ships. That's nice. Attacking Dol Amroth. Desperate battle against Daylight. 2 hits against 3. Ship moves, and it's safe. Attacking Dol Amroth again. Whew, nice Deadly Strife. Okay, 5 hits. Yikes. Okay, so Deadly Strife. Yeah, Dol Amroth has a very Deadly Strife in it again, but this time it's better for the Shadow than the 3 peoples this time. Pressing, I guess, play Great Host here just to finish it off, or no card and pray and hope you get a 6. Yeah. Okay, it's not crazy to hope for a 6 from 6 dice. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So, right, then we're moving out to finish off Pelargir. Attacking Pelargir. Pulls the card. Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah, he's saving that card for attacking the Dew line. That makes sense. Ooh. A very menacing Strider and Rohan. Oh, and he did pick up Deadmen. Wild. Oh, that's so good, too, because he only has 2 musters. So now if he could just play Deadmen against Lamedan, and as long as he rolls a 2 or higher, then he gets to retake Dol Amroth next turn. That's huge. Or actually, wait, hang on a second. If he blows up the army in Pelargir, does he just destroy? Yeah, he would just destroy the Witch King if he takes Pelargir. Oh, that's such a tough choice. Do you take Dol Amroth back, or do you kill the Witch King? Oh, that's a tough choice. Oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah, no, he's killing the Witch King. Oh, and he rolls a 1. Okay, so definitely the right call to kill the Witch King there. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, no, that's amazing. So more mustering in Near Harad. Okay, Farmir and Elven Rope. So then, in theory, if he attacks first here and, I don't know, maybe uses the sudden strike well, then maybe he can kill that army in Lamedan and manage to retake Dol Amroth here. I think I would want to do that, yeah. Oh, or Anduril, that works too. I would have been tempted to save that for the Fellowship just because they're in such bad health, but yeah, that helps. Okay, so then he gets to roll 4 dice and he gets his 2 hits. So yeah, there you go. That is a liberated Dol Amroth right there. That's huge. Okay, and he has how many attacks? Okay, so this is an interesting gamble for Mole to take here. If this army, attacks Pelargir, because they don't have any rings, they couldn't attack it all at once anyway. But if they have something like, Ring Wraiths or Abroad, actually, no, that's the only card because Black Captain Commands doesn't work anymore. Then you could pivot the Nazgul and attack Lamedan and maybe kill Strider before he can even retake Dol Amroth here. But then again, he also has scouts, so he could still scouts away to Eric and then take Dol Amroth, but that's also a gamble. Does he have the other Swarm of Bats? Did we already see both Swarm of Bats goes away? I know we saw 1. Yeah, we've seen Return of the Witch King. We haven't seen the Shadows move 1. Okay, so there is a chance that, from Mole's perspective, there's a chance he could have both those cards. Fellowship moves, and they're hit. That's a bummer. Okay, so now we play Ring Wraiths or Abroad. I guess we get that reroll on them, and they scouts off to Pelargir. So yeah, then they go ahead and retake Dol Amroth. We have some reconnection issues here. Using a ring to muster up in Dol Amroth. Yep, that's reasonable. And Dol Amroth is besieged again. I think I'd still rather be the Shadow player here, but that was a really cool play to stick in. Okay, Wormtongue is drawn and discarded, as per usual. Geez, man, how long is it going to take for Gandalf to show up here? Yeah, there's been a total of 1 Will of the West all game, and it was on the very first turn. So maybe that's an argument for having crowned Aragorn there, just because you'd have had 5 dice this whole time. But then again, Aragorn might not have been able to show up and do Deadmen at that convenient time like that. Yeah. Okay, Fellowship hides. Draws a card. Towards the Dew line. Yeah, as good of a comeback as that was, this still feels very much the Shadows game. Um, okay, using another ring to muster up an Erebor. Erebor besieged. Place Palantir. Place Shelob's Lair. Fellowship moves. And is hit again. Good grief. This poor Fellowship. Was there any hope? Man, oh, that's brutal. Okay. I mean, on the plus side, at least the Witch King is dead, so the Shadow player is only on 8 dice. That's something. Um, I've never seen Deadmen kill the Witch King like that before. That's crazy. Okay, so 2 Wills of the West. There they are. So there's the question. Do you crown Aragorn or do you get Gandalf the White? I think it's better to get Gandalf the White because you do need to be scared of Day Without Dawn. We're about halfway through the deck, and as we can see, the Shadow player does in fact have it. So if you get Aragorn, he might just get killed, and then you're done. So yeah, I would go for Gandalf first, personally. Yeah, there's Gandalf. Yeah, and there's Day Without Dawn. Fellowship hides. And they put some rerolls on the Fellowship and reinforce Minas Tirith. Makes sense. And the Nazgul will come back to Dol Amroth. Dreadful spells against Dol Amroth, 1 hit. And the last ring to move the Fellowship once this turn. And they're safe. That's nice. First time ever. Okay, attacking Dol Amroth. The classic Daring Defiance against Swarm of Bats. Wow. Cheapers, man. What is that? He just rolls 4 6s on the combat roll like it's no big deal. Good grief. What a horrible game to be the Free People's player. Oof. Oh, and there's Grey Company, which would which would have allowed him to reinforce Dol Amroth if you hadn't just rolled 4 6s and blown it up like it was nothing. Oh, that's painful. That is very painful. And here's the Fellowship just puddling along and trying to heal up in Minas Tirith. What a grim game. What a horrible, grim game. But mind you, then the Shadow player could just roll 4 eyes and do nothing in particular. Okay, Wills of the West to take away Palantir. That helps. Interesting. Then he moves. Shadow lengthens? Question mark? Oh, I see. Okay, he's no, never mind. I don't see. Let's just see what he does. Okay, so it's up in Lorien. Moves towards Lorien. Attacks Dimril Dale. Oh, he's excited about some Free People's military shenanigans here. Cool. Okay, so successfully killed the orc. Shadow lengthens to help defend Moria. Wait, he's separating Boromir and Merry? Oh, that doesn't help, though, because they'd just be stuck in Minas Tirith. For a day and a night to take Dol Guldur, that makes sense. And Shadows on the Misty Mountains to defend Moria. That's a frustrating moment for sure. Okay, so Fellowship is hit. It's a 1. Yep. And there's Imrahil, too. Man, can you imagine if Dol Amroth had held on and Grey Company and Imrahil had happened there? Oh, that would be such an epic retaking and defense of Dol Amroth. It still feels very grim, but this has been a very cool game to watch anyway. Okay, so they move back to Lorien and to cover Helm's Deep. Nope, not to cover Helm's Deep yet. Okay, Nazgul search. Yeah. And the Fellowship is revealed out into Osgiliath. They hide. They play Candles and get 2 hits with it. Yeah. Not looking hopeful for the Fellowship here. They attack Minas Tirith. Shield Wall against Deadly Strife. Well, Minas Tirith is punching back well anyway. 3 hits against 4. But of course with the Shield Wall, it's only 2. Another Shield Wall against Great Host this time. 1 hit against 1 hit. And +1 from the Great Host. And then they press. No card. He gets a 6. So, yeah. Yeah, very grim indeed. Okay, so more mustering up in Moria. Mustering Rohan down to war. Moving towards Lorien. Mustering up some more in Lorien and Ered Luin, because why not, I guess. Lorien's besieged. That do be how it's Gooby Dooby. Axe and bow, great, very helpful. Okay, Fellowship is declared in North Ithilien. At least they know there's no cruel weather. So that's something. A little surprised he doesn't move first just to avoid the reroll, but I guess that's not really a big deal here anyway. Okay, yeah, there's the aforementioned reroll. Yeah, and I guess he knows he doesn't. He knows there's no Celeborn Scaladrum, and he knows there's no Power 2 Great because he's seen both of those used for combat cards. So yeah, going after Lorien is more appetizing than going after Erebor then, because I think, yeah, Dane hasn't been played yet, and Erebor is already stronger. So yeah, Lorien is definitely much more appetizing. Okay, I draw a strategy card, get Wisdom of Elrond, attacking Lorien, Devilry versus Valor, 2 hits and 2 hits. No press. Fellowship moves, and they're safe. Attack Lorien again. 1 hit for the Shadow. Oh, 2 hits from Confusion, though. That's very helpful. Then +2 from their own hits. That's good. That's good for holding on for sure. Red tile goes out. Rohan gets to war. Okay, yeah, just moving off towards, bringing those orcs down to threaten retaking Dol Guldur, for if that should be necessary. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so the Rohan army is headed off to try to defend Lorien, which doesn't feel very hopeful because then, this army is just going to come besiege Helm's Deep. So, I don't know. Okay, Nazgul Strike. Feels nice to get to pivot the armies and roll and do some more damage. Yeah, eye reveals, and then a 3 is drawn. Oof, man, what are you supposed to do against this? That's not cool. I don't think that Hobbit can get to Osgiliath because he's supposed to be coming from Minas Morgul, so he has 1 movement. So you could put him in Minas Morgul, Gorgoroth, North Ithilien, or South Ithilien. Would be the legal options. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now they're realizing. Yeah. Okay, so on to the next turn. So on the plus side for the Shadow player, he can finally get back up to 9 points, 9 dice now that he can bring in the mouth. But this is likely to be the last turn of the game anyway. Okay, yeah, there's the mustering up to defend Helm's Deep. Oh, yeah, extra terrible roll, because with 2 attacks, this army from Fangorn could at least get to Parth Calabret and then harass this army around Lorien, but all he has is 1 character die, 3 musters, and a Palantir, and no rings. So, yeah, there's just nothing to do here. Okay, musters up in Moria, musters up in Helm's Deep, musters up in Moria, musters up in Helm's Deep, moving forwards. Yeah, you could move to Parthgal Labyrinth, but you can't do anything there. If you had help unlooked for, that would have been really cool. But yeah, you might as well just hide the Fellowship, to be honest. And just hope Lorien hold, because what else can you do? Okay, Daylight against Desperate Battle, 2 hits. 2 hits. They don't press. Draws a strategy card, that makes sense. Try to hold on. Lorien, Shield Wall. Nothing. Fellowship hides. Lorien, no card. Heroic Death. Oh, nice Heroic Death. But he can press, of course. No card, no card. Oh, no, okay. Still hanging on. There's the 6s. There it is. GG. Yeah, no, that's a brutal game. I think that was a lot of fun anyway. That was some cool stuff attempted. With the retaking of Dol Amroth and the Rohan trying to come and save Lorien, but just getting stuck in Fangorn and just being too lazy to go anywhere. That's a sad ending. And the Fellowship, just, geez, what brutal luck. And this is the hunt pool. You have Gollum and you're on 8 corruption, and this is the hunt pool. It's 5 eyes, Shelob, and 2 twos. One of them being the red eye, of course. That's insane, man. This is very over. Yep. No, cool game though. It's a bummer that the first game had to be completely discarded like that, but I think that made sense. So anyway, then game 2, of course, they'll switch sides, and we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look-see at the statistics. Okay, so these are reversed. So Shadow player -4 on 6s, +8 on 5s. So +8 on 5s helps. -4 on wills. That was felt. That was very felt. +4 on musters. That doesn't help. +3 on eyes, though. Overall, +5 on attacks, though. So that helps. But they're characters, so that's inefficient attacking, So yeah. Still a cool game, though, anyway. I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.